Have you ever noticed how sometimes having pressure helps you show up for a task or complete it, whereas other times pressure makes the whole thing overwhelming and just way too much? This is something that I've been thinking about a lot in the last couple of days, and really one of the things that I'm most interested in is understanding this sort of narrow range of like the correct amount of pressure, where it's not too much that I'm like, oh, I can't do this, and it's not too little that I just don't care. What is this range? How do we define it and how do we understand it? How do we characterize it so that we can be there more often? Because it's when we get all these variables right and we're in this range that we're able to show up and do the things. And usually, people with ADHD, we don't do the things and we would like to be able to do the things more. So understanding this relationship might really help us. So I'm going to pick an example. And a lot of the examples that I draw from are often either like academic things like homework or assignments, or household things like cleaning, just because these are really quite universal. In this case, I'm going to use a household thing. I'm going to look at cleaning. The reason I don't is because with the academic things, eventually the pressure of the deadline looming builds to a point that we do it, but we may do it in a state of extreme stress because it's due tomorrow and the consequences are sky high. And that's an entirely separate management system with pressure, and one that I've used for a really long time. But what I'm trying to explore now is there a way to be productive and do things without needing to be at like the critical world-ending level of stress of like, because that's how I've always really taught and operated, but now I'm starting to reconfigure that maybe there's another way. So look at cleaning, right? Let's say that I'm home alone and there's dishes. Don't want to empty the dishwasher. And I've known for a while that it's there. I've been meaning to do it. But at the end of the day, if I don't, it's not going to be the end of the world. It's just a thing that I should do. Now, the thing that I'm finding most interesting about this in my own life and reflection lately is that whenever I'm the one putting pressure on myself to do the thing, yeah, Jack, you really should empty the dishwasher. Yeah, you really got to get onto that. That makes me averse to it. That makes me go, yeah, well, no, I don't want to. Well, actually, it's not even that conscious. But the more that I want to do the thing, the more that I push and go, come on, the heavier it feels. The harder it is to do, the more I avoid, the more that I procrastinate or do anything else. And the reason I'm thinking about this today in particular is because something very similar, let's say it was the dishwasher, and I've been for days and days feeling this pressure to get on top of it. And then I woke up today and was like, you know what? It's fine if you don't, Jack. Who cares? Don't even worry about it today. No pressure, just chill out. Really, what's another day? And suddenly, the weight that I'd been carrying, the friction in my mind that I'd had to overcome previously to be able to do the thing, which seemed so high, like it was so much for me to get started, I couldn't do it. And I wanted to, and I was pushing myself to, and that wasn't helping. And then the moment that I was like, yeah, it's fine, don't worry. I was like, I'm gonna go unpack the dishes now. And it was with this lightness, with this grace that I could just do the thing, which is really what it's all about often. Often, so many things with ADHD, because we're in this all or nothing state of like switched on or like switched off, we have this sense that almost everything has to fit into those categories. And I've been just as guilty of this as anyone. Where if something doesn't put me in this zone of being like super switched on, I feel like that's the only way I can be productive. And it sometimes doesn't occur to me that actually I can be productive, not in a state of just like, well, but in just a chilled, relaxed way. But the important part of that I'm learning and playing with in my own life is decreasing my expectation on myself and how that's helping, Whereas in the past, increasing my expectation and pressure and pushing and creating more and more external consequences if I didn't do the thing, that was an effective way to help me do whatever it was. And now, due to whatever's going on with me, this kind of stage that I'm in my life, that's not the way. And so I'm finding a new path, a new approach of just being much more gentler. And it's nice. I've operated this way in the past. It's nice to come back to this more free way. And I've also been thinking about some of the things that are why it's working better now than other times. And I would maybe, well, at some point probably, share more updates about that. But yeah, today I just wanted to share this recent revelation for me of rediscovering something that I had known in the past, but just fleshing out a little bit more about the operating systems involved and how that may be useful. So there you go. That's today's video. Thanks again. Thanks for tuning in, maybe for the first time, maybe you've already been here for a little while. But anyway, I'm Jack. I put out daily videos every single day of 2024. And yeah, so if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button to know when there are some. But actually, what I really want, I'd love to see some more comments. This is a new channel, this is a new thing for me. I'm so open and interested in feedback. I'd love to hear your thoughts. What was good, what was bad? What would you like me to talk about? And I'll get around to all of those when I can, and I really look forward to it. Anything you have to say, I'd love to hear it. Anyway, that's me. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow.